What's up, guys? It's your girl Kennedy Rue in studio in Atlanta with the legendary Ice Cube. So, Man Down, it's been 8 years since you've released a solo project. What led you to this place of being able to drop new music now?
Started a basketball league, produced Straight Outta Compton, a movie. And then, we got hit by the pandemic, which seemed like it took about 2 years away from everybody. Came back after that with the Mount Westmore project, me, Snoop Dogg, E42 Short. By that time, I had accumulated a lot of good songs, solo songs that it was just time. It's time to release it, time to let, the Ice Cube fans get a taste of new music.
I know you're dealing with a variety of themes in this album, exploring manhood and adulthood. What are some examples to you of positive masculinity?
Taking care of your family, keeping your family safe, showing a good example to not only the young boys, but the young girls, stepping up, doing whatever it takes to put food on your table and, handle your business. That's being a man. Everybody say standing on business.
Right.
You have to handle your business. You have to really take care of everything you need to take care of and, man up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know that some guys, especially like of my generation, they feel like it's getting increasingly harder to, what you're saying essentially is like show up for yourself.
Yeah, and for your family and for your people, your friends. Some things in society, if the men don't do it, they won't get done. So what happens when all the strong men are down?
Yeah.
And who's gonna keep this crazy infrastructure, this world going?
Right.
It takes strong men to keep the world going.
You've seen the evolution of hip hop, like basically from its inception.
Yeah.
Talk to me about, the changes you've seen over the past 40 years or the things that you recognize as being key pillars of this industry that you still see the longevity of.
Before hip hop, you couldn't really question the police. Like, it wasn't any kind of real investigations, no real accountability there. And I think hip hop has brought that accountability. The black voice was minimized. It wasn't heard. It wasn't celebrated. Like through hip hop, our presence was minimized. And now you have our presence everywhere. We're definitely being heard. We definitely matter in the bigger scope of things. I think the sports landscape and business wouldn't be as big. I don't think Jordan would be as big as he is without hip hop.
I want to talk to you a little more about that, just the legacy of hip hop, because we're seeing it in basketball now, like with LeBron and his son.
Yeah.
You're at this stage now where you're able to work with your son, and now he has his own career, in this entertainment life. How does that feel to be able to, watch our icons reach this point of having what we all want, which is that generational kind of success?
To be able to pass that along to your family, for them to be able to take the baton and run with it, create different avenues of success, and step up. That's what us as parents really respect when it comes to our kids, is that they stepped up at the moment of truth and showed the world, what they made of.
I want to talk a little bit about the single, It's My Ego, and how you're encouraging the audience kind of to embrace more of their authenticity. Have you ever felt pressured? I mean, probably not now, but even in your early career, like as you were getting into acting or anything, to conform to something that wasn't necessarily you?
Being part of a group, I was part of NWA, so being young in that group, sometimes you gotta conform to things that you probably would, as a solo artist, would have went a different direction. But
right.
Being solo since 1990, it's been my decision. Like, whatever I want to do is up to me. And I like that position better than being part of a group.
I want to talk to you a little bit about entertainment because I feel like, you know, when Friday came out and its subsequent releases, it meant so much to the culture to have those multi-generational like programming. Do you feel like that is something that's missing for us right now?
Yeah, when I do my comedies, even though they are rated, I don't really like raunchy material. You know, I like going right to the edge, and I like something that the whole family can laugh at. You know, not that it's soft, but it's just not overtly vulgar and too much where you want you're embarrassed to sit there with your parents to watch it or your kids.
I feel like though you're such a good example of what we've been talking about more and more, which is like the power of the pivot. I feel like your whole career, you've always just like put yourself in positions to make the most out of your opportunity.
Me, I feel like I'm an artist, whether I'm, doing music or movies or sports or whatever, it's still art. And I'm not afraid of failure. You know, I don't like it, and I'm trying to avoid it, but I'm not afraid of it to the point where I don't want to try something new, especially if I know in my mind I can do it.
You talked a lot about like not being afraid, right? And uniquely, you have sort of like this fearlessness of speaking out with really a more original perspective on things that obviously are related to more of your personal background and experiences that you've had. Is that what sort of informed you to create the contract with America?
When it comes to the contract with Black America, it was really, looking at the George Floyd situation, the country was up in arms and America was like, we're sorry, what can we do to fix this? And let's take a big look at the problem. Because a lot of people was like, police reform and, we got to do something about that. And that's where the focus was. And I'm like, this is bigger than just police reform.
It is.
This is a humongous stack of reasons why we're here. And let's take a look at that. And so I know some pretty smart people around the country and got with some scholars, and we was like, man, I want to just take a bird's eye view of how did we get here? Why are we in this condition here in America? I thought it was important because a lot of people are angry and they want change, but they don't really know
what that looks like,
the depth of the problem, and to have a document where you can always go and just educate yourself on, damn, this happened then, and that's why we're here. Like, so at least I know, how we're here. And so it became controversial because each political party really tried to use it as a political football, or me, myself, and say that I was in support of this and I was against that. And I want to hold all politicians accountable. And I hope at some point one of these presidents implements some of those ideas and, change the narrative for us.
And it starts with people like you who are doing the work and trying to take steps to make that happen.
What concerns me the most is that we're falling behind economically, which stifles our growth. Everybody knows money makes the world go round out here, and to be shut out or limited, when you realize out of all the private equity money that's accumulated, only 1 or 2% find itself in the hands of Black people and businesses, and that's just a tragedy. It's very gross, and it's sick that these financial institutions have conspired in a way to make sure we don't get more than that 1 or 2%.
We gotta go get it.
Gotta
We gonna go get it. Whatever it takes.
come together,
Yeah.
you know, and stop rewarding these people who are not rewarding you, you know. These banks that's not giving you loans, take your money out of it. Find
Right.
another place to put it. Just got to be a little more hardcore and serious when it comes to economics.
You talked a little bit about sports, and we got to give our credit to our Dodgers
Yes.
for bringing it home
Yes.
with the World Series.
Salute.
How did it feel for you to be credited with kicking that off?
Man,
and
you
being
know,
a part of such a huge win for us in the city.
dream come true stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I grew up at a time where I saw those Yankees Dodgers series. I remember I was 8 when we lost in 77. I was 9 when we lost in 78, 12 when we finally won it in 81.
Wow.
And now be a part of it where they're asking me, y'all, they like, yo, you represent LA about as much as anybody. And it'd be an honor if you come out and you know, do a couple songs and then introduce the team. And then the team wins, and then they credit me for winning the World Series. You
They
know?
gonna bring you back every year
And
now.
I'm like, hey, you know, my ring size is yeah.
You really
Yeah,
should
you
get
know,
one.
I wish I would.
We gotta make that happen, y'all.
Yeah, let's
Come
do
on,
it.
Dodgers.
That'd be great.
Well, Ice Cube, thank you so much for stopping by
Thanks for having
and
me.
chopping it up with us.
Appreciate
We're
it.
so excited for your new album, Man Down, November 22nd. Y'all
Yeah.
need to tap in with the legendary Ice Cube.
Yeah, appreciate it
Thank you so much.
too.